Thought leadership marketing. 3 strategies for you to attract your ideal clients more often and more easily. Marketing is important for all businesses because this is what helps us grow. Most people talk about marketing in a particular way, and this works really well for product-based businesses. But given thought leaders market and sell ideas, what's the best way for them to sell their services? In this video, we'll focus on 3 thought leadership marketing strategies that you can apply today. I'm Jeff McDonald, the Ideas Architect, and through Anywhere Experts, I help thought leaders turn their ideas and their insights into expertise and IP so they can earn money from what they know from anywhere. And if you're struggling to cut through in your marketing, make sure you hang around to the end where I'll share you 5 brand ideals you can use to cut through and attract your ideal clients. One of the best ways to learn almost anything is to discuss it with other people. Share this video with your colleagues so you can discuss what thought leadership marketing looks like for your business. In our previous video, we explored thought leadership meaning and definition. We defined a thought leader as someone who leads with their ideas. Here, I want to share 3 core strategies for your thought leadership marketing. Strategy number 1, how to sell ideas. Thought leaders make their living selling their ideas. And how well you do this has 2 critical impacts. It determines how much you earn and how much influence you have. But ideas are not tangible. It's not like you're selling a car or a computer that you can put your hands on and touch. So how do we sell an idea? There's a famous story, or perhaps it's an urban legend, about George Eastman, who is the founder of Kodak. And supposedly he walked into a sales meeting with all his sales team around him and he asked them the fundamental question: what do we sell? And the first guy puts up his hand and says, "We sell cameras." No, says George. Second person puts up their hand and says, "We sell photography." No, says George. And the third person puts up his hand and says, "We sell film." And George says, No, we sell memories. We might be mistaken to think that selling ideas is specific and particular to thought leaders. That's not so. All sales rely on the same principle. Every single customer who has bought any product or service has asked the same question of themselves: how will having this make me better off in the future? We are all buying and selling a future. In his best-selling book, Grow, former VP Worldwide of Marketing for Procter & Gamble, Jim Stengel, suggested that the key to building a sustainable, growing business was to drive your branding based on fundamental human emotions. His research uncovered 5 fundamental ideals that drive human beings, and they're all about emotional energies and about our future possibilities. This fits perfectly with thought leadership marketing. The single biggest idea you'll ever need to have in your business is your brand ideal. Who are you and what do you stand for? My first marketing strategy is to build a strong brand around your thought leadership. And I'll share at the end the 5 brand ideals that Stengel uncovered in his research and shared in his book. Strategy number 2, the best way to sell yourself. Thought leaders are not just selling ideas, they're also selling themselves. It's not just the idea behind the product or service, but you're also the person delivering them. And this can be daunting for many people. The big problem here is that when we talk about ourselves, nobody listens. That's like advertising or ego speak. Let's ask the basic question: how well can you sell yourself? Give yourself a rating from 1 to 5, where 1 is you couldn't sell a cold drink to a man lost in the desert, to 5, you couldn't sell ice to a snowman. Now, on the same scale of 1 to 5, rate yourself as how well you could sell somebody else. Now have a look at those 2 scores. Which one is higher? And I'll bet for most people it's true that it's easier to sell somebody else than it is to sell yourself. And there's a fundamental human reason for this. Way back when we were living in caves, the tribe suffered when we only looked out for ourselves. We had a much better chance of survival if we all worked together. Deep down, That's why it's hard to sell ourselves. We don't want to be seen as being separate from the tribe. It follows that we don't like advertising because we know it's biased and people are talking about themselves. We don't like people with big egos who talk about themselves, and that's also fundamentally why you don't claim to be a thought leader yourself, because it sounds like it's your ego talking. Much better to have other people talking about you. And there are two ways to get better about selling yourself. The first one is you go and do some training and you learn, because at some level, all of us has to make a sale at some point. We can't avoid the sale totally. The second way is that you can have other people do the selling for you. And this is really powerful, particularly for thought leadership, because this is literally what thought leadership is. You're sharing your ideas, people love them and use them and work with them, and then they naturally share them with other people. There are two ways to do this. The first is a direct method of generating referrals. And I highly recommend John Jance's book, The Referral Engine, if you want to learn how to do this. The key strategy, the fundamental piece is that you need to do it deliberately and not as some ad hoc add-on to your sales process. The second way to have other people sell you is through content marketing. Again, this is in perfect alignment with what a thought leader is and what a thought leader does, because it's all about sharing your ideas. And I spoke about this in a previous video called Share What You Know About Business Success. And in particular, I spoke about the TV chefs who were giving away their recipes online, but were still building up a loyal following of people who bought their products and came to their restaurants. My big tip here in the strategy really is about sharing more of your IP so more people are using it and therefore speaking about you in the marketplace. Remember, it's who knows, you know. Strategy number 3, turn your marketing into a profit-making center rather than an expense. Thought leaders know they have to market their services to attract new clients, and they know this costs time and money. But what if we can get paid to promote ourselves? Now that would be a real double bonus. Not only do you get paid for the promotion part of it, but then when you attract and sign up a client, they'll pay you secondary for working with them. So let's look at 3 different examples of how this might work. The first one is the traditional advertisement. You might pay to be on TV, you might pay to be on Google, you might pay to be in a magazine. That's paid advertising, which basically costs you money. And that money is an expense for your business. The second way is to do content marketing, which is like me producing this video. It's not actually costing me money to record this video and put it up on YouTube, but it is costing my time and my effort. And the third way is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. If you were to write a book and sell that to your audience, then yes, you'd have some costs around printing the book. But ultimately, you could be making a profit on the sale of the book by itself, let alone what traffic and what clients come to you from those happy readers of your book or your information product. It's not just earning you money, it's actually doing a really powerful job of positioning you in the marketplace as an expert in your area. And we talked about this in Share What You Know video around how the TV chefs give away free recipes, sell their books, and still get long lines at their restaurants. And while that might be pretty good, there's one thing we could do that would be even better. How would you like to market and promote yourself to an entire room of people where somebody else gets the audience in, plus they pay you to stand up and talk? Sounds pretty good to me. That's called professional speaking. And a professional speaker is a thought leader who is paid to present their ideas. Now, you can't just stand up there and do a straight sales pitch. You do need to package up ideas that are valuable to the audience that are there. But you can get paid in a couple of different ways. Firstly, you could get paid for the presentation. The second is to do a free presentation but sell your products at the back of the room. And the third one is to do both. You get paid and you sell your products and services at the back of the room. There are 2 big opportunities here. The first is to be positioned as the expert such that people would come and listen to you. The second is that they know, like and trust you in your presentation, then they might be coming up to you at the end of it to say, will you work with me? This is one of the great thought leadership marketing opportunities where you actually get paid to promote yourself. You make a profit instead of having marketing as an expense. And make sure you hang around to the end where I'll share the 5 brand ideals that you can use to attract your ideal clients. Let's wrap up what we've covered here. 3 strategies for thought leadership marketing. First, the key to selling your ideas is to package it up as a powerful and consistent brand image so clients know exactly what they're getting when they work with you. Second, the best way to sell yourself is to have other people do it for you. And this is exactly what thought leadership is all about. Share your ideas, let other people gain value from them, and naturally they'll talk about it, and that's where they'll generate other clients for you. Third, instead of having marketing as an expense in your business, turn it into a profit center by creating information products and doing paid presentations. This will further spread your ideas to happy and hungry audiences. Now for the 5 brand ideals from Jim Stengel's book, Grow. And you can use these to build your thought leadership marketing. The first one is to enable connection. Make it easier for your clients to connect with each other and the world in meaningful ways. This is a perfect fit for thought leaders who talk about communication, leadership, and communities. Number 2, incite joy. Stimulate experiences of happiness and joy and wonder about the world in which we live. This perfectly suits thought leaders in the area of well-being and also customer experience and experience design. Number 3, inspire exploration. Help people explore new ideas, new futures, and new possibilities. This is a perfect fit for thought leaders who talk about new technology or future trends and how the world might be in the future. Number 4, evoke pride. Give people increased confidence, security, and strength. This is perfect for thought leaders in any area around personal development. It's also where Anywhere Experts brand fits, because that's all about freedom in the way that we work and live. Number 5, impact society. This is all about making the world a better place by reimagining what health might look like, what planet life might look like, what business might look like. This is perfect for thought leaders talking about society change or even climate change. To find the right one for you, you need to connect what naturally fits to your own thought leadership topic. And the key question to ask here is, what is the deeper benefit of what I provide to my clients? Given you've watched this whole video to the end, I'll bet you've enjoyed it in some way. And if that's the case, you can say, thanks Jeff, by hitting the like button down below. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.